Hello everyone, this is Martin here. We have another terrific trading week ahead of us, and we're talking about the week coming up for June the 8th to June the 12th. First, though, we've got to contend with some ominous skies ahead. The weather is really going to be turning ugly later today. It's going to pour. So now, just because the weather's turning bad, that does not mean that your trading is going to be bad for this week. In fact, your trading is going to be the opposite. I'm very confident of that. So let's take a look at the charts for this week, and hopefully you're going to have a lot of trading success. Okay, so we're going to first start with the Euro USD pair. Okay. Just a second. I've got to switch to the Euro USD, which we now have in front of us, and you can see that price did in fact do a rebound last week. It went all the way up before coming back down, and I did mention that wait for the candle to close below the 109.20 to 109.24. So we're talking about this candle right here. Last week when I started my video, that's what I said. Wait for a candle to close below the 109.20, 109.24 area. And for those of you that did not wait and took a trade, thinking that price was going to go down, well, you lost quite a bit of number of pips as price completely retraced back up again before coming back down. So again, this is really important. It's a good reason for you to wait until a candle closes entirely. When you wait, you eliminate false breakouts to one side or the other. In this case, to the false breakout to the downside. And you eliminate a lot of noise. So it's really important to wait for a candle to close. Now, what do we have for this week? Well, for this week, we're looking at an uptrend continuation, perhaps. That's why I've got some check marks here. I believe price will most likely go up a bit, come back down a bit. It probably will retest the support here. You can see support represented by the gray rectangle as well as my orange line, which is the 50 SMA. So basically we are in a short-term uptrend. But we have to wait for full confirmation. And in this case, when I say confirmation, we want to see a candle break above the 1180 mark. So that's if a candle breaks and closes above that, and that's important, it has to close above that, then price will most likely go all the way up to the 115.04 area. Again, on the downside, if price comes below the 50, well, we can expect price to at least hit the previous swing low right here. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at. So we want to just wait and confirm first before we take our next move. Next price is the British Pound USD daily, and you can see here we are in a triangle consolidation. So what I've done is I've drawn two trend lines. One, an upward trend line, you can see right here in pink, and a lower trend line joining the bottoms here and here. Okay, and so price is now consolidating sideways, and it's going to break out either to the upside or to the downside. So my recommendation is for you to wait for the breakout. The MACD is above 0, and so we're just going to have to wait and see. If it breaks out above and a candle closes above the 154.50 area, then we're good to go to the upside. A candle has to break and close below the 151.50 area for a move, a significant move to the downside. So again, last week I did mention price would come down a bit, and just wait and see what happens if price. So basically, price did bounce off support last week. It did go up. Price is again bouncing off support here with this pin bar, but I believe price is going to possibly come back down to retest support and perhaps even go sideways for a while longer. So again, wait and see. Next we have the Australian USD, And last week I mentioned that price would go possibly go down a bit lower. Okay, my bit lower, and would price come down all the way to test the support? It actually didn't. It came down to about here. It bounced all the way up in a major retracement and retested the resistance right here, which you can see in the gray rectangle. Bounced right off of resistance, and as a matter of fact, based on what I see here in a short move downtrend, if we would have entered right there, okay, this was, by the way, this big black bearish candle was a not only a confident warrior candle to the downside, a bearish confident warrior candle, it was also an engulfing candle. It completely engulfed the body of the previous candle. You can see right there. And if you would have gotten in right there, your stop loss would have been just above the 50 or above the gray rectangle, and you would have made some pretty good pips. And let's take a look. Yeah, you would have made about 70, 80 pips to the downside. Pretty good. MACD is still below zero, so where do I expect price to go next? Well, I believe price may go up just a wee bit higher. I mean, it may come down lower, may go higher. Again, what we want to do is we want to sell on rally, and what that means is we really want to wait till price goes a little bit higher, maybe somewhere here, and sell, looking for bearish confirmation to the downside. If we do take a sell trade here, your stop loss again would be above this zone right here, or just wait for a breakout of the 76.05 area. It's kind of an odd number, or just wait for a break even below that. But that's what I would do, either wait for a breakout or wait for price to go up higher and sell at rally. I believe price is going to come back all the way down and retest this major support zone. If you take a look at your left, price did bounce once, twice, three times. I believe price eventually will come back down, and if it actually comes back down, it may next time even come back lower, break the major support, and then go down lower for a lot more pips. So again, that's what I'm looking at here. The next pair is the New Zealand USD daily. We are in a major downtrend, and last week I mentioned that price did touch the March 2011 low. Right here it did, and I basically said that price would go up higher and sell at rally. So price did actually go up higher, and when we talk about selling a rally, that we're waiting for price to go up higher. That's what a rally means. In this case, it did touch the long-term resistance. You can see with this gray rectangle, and then you would look for bearish evidence to the downside. There is one bearish candle here. If you would have gotten in here, you would have made quite a number of pips. Let's take a look. You would have made about 80, 90 pips. Price now did break below the, it not only broke below, but closed below the 2007 low. So what do I expect now? Well, MACD is below zero, but I do expect price to go back all the way up to test this major March 2011 low. How far back will it go up? I'm not too sure. It could go back up to the 71.20 area. That would be a good logical short-term resistance. Could go a little higher. I'm not too sure. It may only go up to about right to right here. But the idea is just wait for price to go up higher, and then wait for bearish evidence to the downside, and price is going to go down quite a bit further. The next major support area I've drawn in with this brown dashed horizontal line, you can see right here, and it is 0.6965. Okay, so pretty good number of pips down below still to go, and we're looking at another, well, 73 pips, 80 pips to the downside. Below that, there's still room to go down further than that, but that would be the next short-term level of support. So I believe price will go up a bit, retracing, retesting, and that's what we say here. We are in a downtrend, sell, rally, retest, but what that means is wait and have the patience to wait for price to go back up to retest this March 2011 low, and then you want to sell and go down. Okay, so take a sell trade once it retests that area. Okay, so next we have the U.S. Swiss franc, and last week I said when we were right here, I said price was going sideways. I wasn't too sure where the trend was. I wasn't too sure if the trend was up or down. We're kind of just going sideways. Difficult pair to trade, and I basically asked you to have some patience on this. Wait and see. Wait for a breakout. That was my main message last week. And by waiting for a breakout, I mentioned waiting for a breakout lower below here to the downside, or waiting for a breakout above here to the upside. And that is still my message for today. We're still in a sideways consolidation. Wait for a breakout, and what that means is we want to wait. If price breaks out and closes, this is important, closes below the 92.50 area right here, then you can take a trade, a sell trade to the downside. If price breaks and closes above the 0.9560 area, then you can take a trade to the upside, and most likely it's going to go up a lot higher. Again, here, if it breaks to the downside, it's going to again retest this gray rectangle here, which is support, and you can see in the past prices come down once, twice to retest, and so this is the level of support to look at. Okay, and finally we get not finally, but we get to the USCAD, which is next, and let's take a look, see what's going to happen here. You can see we have a sideways consolidation. Really, we basically did break to the upside, so is it an uptrend continuation? I really have to say that you have to wait and see. And my message is basically look for a bounce off this major support right here. Look for a bounce off to the upside for if you want to take a buy trade, or just wait for a breakout. Wait for a breakout. Price has to break out and close above the 125.50 area. Okay, and in that case, then you can look for a buy trade, and we've got lots of pips to go. You can take a look at the left side of your chart. Price would have to come all the way down below 122.80 for price to go to the downside, and to validate that price is continuing in its downtrend direction. So right now MACD is above 0, so I'm thinking that price will most likely come down a bit, retest the support area, and then bounce off this and go back to the upside. Okay, and finally we do have the US Japanese. Now this one's really interesting because this is like a runaway freight train. For some of you, you got in early here or here, but for some of you, last week I mentioned wait for a breakout of the June 2007 high, which was basically this level 124.13. So if you would have waited for a breakout of this level, you would have made quite a number of pips, and that is great. Where do I expect price to go? Well, I expect price to continue going higher. However, usually with a large breakout like this, price will usually come back and retrace a bit. Again, you could look at a retracement area of around here. So price could come down here and then go back up higher. Again, it's really up to you. Like my feeling is wait for retracement. Sundays is not a great, terrific time to trade because because of the low volatility. And so you might want to just wait.